when this plus this costs you over $150, but it equals this, which costs you 20 something dollars. Hello, my gorgeous ones. Welcome to Aleisha Budget Beauty. My name is Aleisha. Here on my channel, I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, and fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews, affordable Middle Eastern comparison, dupe videos, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. All right, you guys. So I finally broke down and purchased the Mamlakat Al-Oud Cotton Abyed. And I had held off on this. I had heard rumors, hadn't really watched extensive videos, but I had heard rumors that this is possibly a dupe for the Silk Santal by Kayali. I held off for a while because I wasn't sure if I wanted to bring in a dupe of a fragrance that I liked, but I wasn't obsessed with. But then some people had mentioned it and wanted to know how close it was. So I went ahead and ordered it. I got it on sale for 20 something bucks off Aroma Concepts, and I have a code that's stacked on the sale. My code is BUDGETBEAUTY0805 if you want to use it, but dirt cheap, right? So I get this baby in and I'm all expecting, okay, this is going to be Silk Santal. But you guys, when I first sprayed this, I was like, I'm not smelling Silk Santal. I'm smelling something else. I have it on this hand right here. And when I first sprayed it, my mind was playing tricks on me a little bit. Like sometimes when you have so much fragrance scent memory and different fragrances kind of link to each other or within same brands and houses, you can think this smells like this, and then you realize it's actually a different fragrance in that brand. So when I first sprayed this, I was like, am I getting some sort of Baccarat thing? And then I thought, am I getting Cloud from Ariana Grande? And then very quickly I realized, no, this reminds me of Mod Vanilla. At first I couldn't really even smell any Silk Santal. I thought, why aren't people saying this is a dupe for Mod Vanilla? And then I remembered I have a video on the Silk Santal by Kayali where I talked about it being pretty overhyped and I was a little disappointed when I got it. I also gave some other fragrances that I thought were similar, and I myself chose Mod Vanilla for that fragrance. Even though they didn't have all the same notes and I didn't think that they were exact, I got a sort of similar vibe from them. So then after this started to settle down for a little while, I thought, okay, there's the Silk Santal. I can smell that as well. But to be honest, you guys, I think this is even closer to the Mod Vanilla. But if you put these two together, you really do get this fragrance over here. And like I said in the opening, these two together are gonna run you over $150, close to $200 if you don't get them on sale. While this one I got for about 20 bucks. Kind of mind-blowing in my opinion. So if you don't know anything about these real quick, so these two actually have almost identical notes. They both have the plum, musk, orris, praline, and vanilla. The only other note that they list for the Abyed is coconut. And I'll address that here in a second because I definitely don't smell coconut, but I think it comes into play to smell like the Silk Santal a little bit. So then the Mod Vanilla, the only other difference is this has cacao butter. And I do think that cacao butter is the only thing making me slightly different. I have the Mod Vanilla on my wrist and the Abyed on my hand. There's something a little bit more buttery smooth going on in the Mod Vanilla, while the Abyed has something a little bit drier to it. And I think it's the coconut. So when this says coconut, you don't really smell coconut in this. It's not like a creamy coconut, not a thick coconut, not a sweet coconut. I think it must be like a dry, husky type of coconut to give it a little bit of that dryness, whereas this has sort of this silky, buttery quality to it. Otherwise, these are almost absolutely identical. Now, the Silk Santal has quite a few different notes than the Abyed, but it has the sparkling champagne, white freesia, pink praline, lush nectarine, sandalwood, and sugared musk. So really the only, and these aren't all the notes, it's just what they list on here. So they both have the musk and they both have the praline, but I think that the coconut listed in here, I don't really smell coconut. Sometimes notes are not meant to stand out. They're made to do something else to the fragrance. I think it's more of a dried coconut, like a dry coconut husk. I don't think creamy coconut, not sweet coconut. It gives it sort of a dry element that I think kind of harkens back to maybe dry, champagne is very dry. So I think that's what's kind of giving it some reminiscence to the Silk Santal, but it's not bubbly necessarily like the opening of Silk Santal. And truly, to be very, very honest, everyone that's been calling the Abyed a direct dupe of Silk Santal, I think if you hadn't smelled the Mod Vanilla, you would think, oh yeah, they're similar, not exact at all, but they're similar. But when you compare it to the Mod Vanilla, it's way closer to it. And when you combine the two, you really are getting this fragrance, the Abyed. So I'm actually really happy that I got it, because also something to address, I talked about this in my video of the Kayali, but I really only worn this to test it out for that video. I have not worn this since, not because I don't like it, it's just so expensive and it goes so fast. I mean, look at the dent in here. It would look like I'd worn it quite a bit. I only really wore it to really get a sense and feel of what it smells like for that video, and that much is gone. It took that much product to really be able to smell it and to have it last more than an hour or two. You're gonna get a longer wear time with this one than the Silk Santal. So if you're debating, if you haven't grabbed Silk Santal, or if you love Silk Santal but you don't wanna spend the money again, this is not an exact dupe, but it may scratch that itch for you and it will last longer. If you're a Mod Vanilla lover, this is probably gonna absolutely scratch that itch for you. And then if you have these two and you've ever combined them, or if you wanna combine them at home and see what this would smell like, I recommend doing that. And I think at 20 something bucks, even when this isn't on sale, I think it's regular price 30 something. Then if you use a code, it's really, really cheap. I think the bottle's really adorable too. I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy that I went ahead and grabbed it to compare, because now I don't feel like I have to hold back so much. If I want to kind of get a little bit of that Silk Santal vibe, but with some Mod Vanilla thrown in, I'll just spray it all over at the cheap price that this is. I hope this helped you guys out. I thank you so much for watching. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping, and smelling fabulous. Bye.